Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good Friday evening. I actually got a new lamp earlier, so now my room has this nice warm glow to it that makes it a bit more comfy. So I like that. But yeah, we will continue this game. Where were we before? I think we just got another hint for the nonogram puzzle or something. Yeah, still Maximus. Okay. Next rooms. Okay, so yeah, we were just here. We came out of this room. Roomies. Oh yeah, there's a new conversation with CJ. I guess we'll go do that. Restoring conversation with CJ. Hey, CJ, how about one of those animal fun facts? Do you like mammoths? I think they are pretty cool. Mammoths are cool. Their tusks were 15 feet long, very long. Wow, I never knew that. Kind of scary, right? More cool than scary. You have a point there. You think mammoths lived happy lives? Very happy lives. Most mammoths didn't have a dad. Did you know that? No, I did not know that, CJ. Why is that? My teacher says it was because of nature. I don't know why, but most mammoths' dads just abandoned the group. That sounds very sad, CJ. Why do you think they lived happy lives then? I have a mammoth at home. He's called Mr. Wooly. He's very happy. I'm sure Mr. Wooly is very happy with you. We should all be like Mr. Wooly. Yes, yes, yes. End of chat log. Okay. Is there a point to that? Other than lore, I guess. Okay. What else do we get? Inventory. What do we have? We have that. We have the vending machine manual. Right. We have these photos. Now, what is that? All the photos? No. Okay, so these are the left hints, but then we have this, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the column hints. But I think there's 10 total, so that's not all of them. And what happens if we try? No, hang on. Would that even work? Let's try it. Let's go mall floor 2. Okay, so we have 0, 3, 1, 6, 3, 1, 1, 0. Line that up. And then we have 0, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. Can we get a... Will this tell us anything if we figure this out? So 0... So there's 0 in here. And in fact, there's 0 on top or bottom in general. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. I'll put this down here. Oh. This is going to be difficult. Whatever. I'll just keep it in mind. So there's 3 in this row. There's 3 this way. 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 1, 1, 1. Oh, that just makes a key. The shape of a key. Okay, but does that work though? So 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. No. This would be a 2 if this was correct. Three, 1, 1. So that can't be right. But this could be right. Okay. That was it. We didn't need the other half. The nonogram door has been unlocked. This puzzle is a bit longer than the others. I warn you, though, this leads up to things you might regret. Stay strong. An instant photography camera. Its red light indicates it's out of service. A mannequin in a costume wardrobe. It's sitting ready to be dressed and photographed. Oh. Okay, so we have to dress the mannequin in a specific way. It's a bunch of scattered files. It's apparent these have a story to tell. Restraining your impulses to run away is beyond uncomfortable. Along with a lonely mannequin, blood-stained files on this desk paint a disturbing scenery. Out of all the abandoned stores, this photo laboratory unsettles you the most. The files all mention a folder named Case File. A sticky note attached to a page reads the following. I've made a lot of progress to solve this mystery. Unfortunately, I've misplaced my most crucial evidence trying to develop my camera roll. To reach the breakthrough I need, I must find a way to open the dark room. The store manager was the only one able to unlock it, though. The store manager's clothes look similar to the mannequin's costume props. Okay. So we have to recreate the store manager with this mannequin. A portrait of the store's manager. Okay. Mr. Saturno, manager. Headwear. Fedora. Glasses. Oh, wait, no, fedora. Just a fedora. Green shirt, blue tie, and he has a name tag. Oh. Green shirt, blue tie. Oh. It was that easy, okay. A mugshot of multiple criminal suspects. Take a closer look. Okay. Suspect wallet image is open. A desk with a single folder on top of it. The folder reads Case File. The folder has the words Case File written over it. Aside from transcripts of interrogations, a single handwritten note stands out. My 3 witnesses saw it all happen. They each testified while looking at the 5 suspects lined up as the corkboard shows. They all referenced how they looked at the time of the crime, but it's hard to understand what they say about which suspect. I only know for sure that they are all telling the truth. I made a grid to identify each of the suspect's shirt, tie, and accessory worn at the crime scene. Once I replicate the killer's appearance with the store's mannequin, a photo should be enough to prove my point to the police. Let me reread this. Okay. Witness 1. The suspect who wore the green shirt is next to the subject who wore the red shirt. The suspect who wore the fedora is between the suspect who wore a green shirt and the suspect who wore the wig. The suspect who wore the orange tie is next to the person he punched at the crime scene. I don't think I ever saw what suspect number 4 was wearing. I think he might have fell to the floor before I could. I saw the suspect who wore the orange shirt getting rid of the hatchet. The victim spilled blood everywhere. It even fell on the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. I noticed that the suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. The suspect who wore the green shirt couldn't listen to anything, though, because of what he wore. Before he was punched, I saw how the suspect with the purple tie took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. The suspect who wore the red shirt saw this and mistook him as the killer's accomplice. Oh boy, one of these puzzles, eh? Okay, oh. We don't know what they're wearing. Well, we kind of do. We have a hint here. So suspect 3 had a purple tie, and suspect 5 had a blue tie. That's the only hint we get from this. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to... It's gonna take a bit of processing. Okay. The suspect who wore the green shirt. Okay, so we can't... Hang on. Let's find purple tie or blue tie. So there's a... Okay. Purple tie, blue tie. The victim spilled blood everywhere. It even fell on the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. So 5. And we could see blood on his face too, so that makes sense. Yeah, fell on the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. Got it, yeah. Then what about purple tie? Before he was punched, I saw the suspect with the purple tie took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. So 3. Aha, yes, because he was punched. So he has a black eye. Took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. The suspect who wore the red shirt saw this and mistook him as the killer's accomplice. So the guy in the purple shirt took the hatchet from the killer, threw it away, and then the guy in the red shirt saw him do that and thought he was the accomplice and punched him, which is why he has the black eye. Okay, that makes sense. The suspect who wore the green shirt is next to the subject who wore the red shirt. So if we can identify one of these two, then we can identify the other one. Let's look at our notes back. Wait. I swear I had more notes than this. Where did they go? Oh well. In any case, green shirt is next to red shirt. The suspect who wore the fedora is between the suspect who wore a green shirt and the suspect who wore a wig. Okay. Hello, Caterade. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so fedora is between green shirt and wig. The suspect who wore the orange tie is next to the person he punched at the crime scene. Okay, so one of these two, so 2 or 4, is the one who wore the orange tie. Orange tie is 2 or 4. I don't think I... Oh yeah, and also punched 3. Yeah, so so they're also and is also the red shirt. Okay. So 2 or 4, one of them had the red shirt and the orange tie. I don't think I ever saw what suspect number 4 was wearing. I don't think he might have fell to the floor before I could. Okay. So if it can't be number... Wait. Right, this is a different... Wait, no, this is the same witness. So it can't... So therefore... It must be 2. Orange tie is 2. And also the red shirt. Okay. So we've narrowed down 2 wore a red shirt and an orange tie. That one's figured out. Green shirt is next to red shirt. Okay, so green shirt is either 3 or 1. It's probably 1. Fedora is between green shirt and the wig. I saw the suspect who wore the orange shirt getting rid of the hatchet. The orange shirt. Okay, so that's probably number 3. 3 is orange shirt and purple tie. 2 is red shirt and orange tie. This is a different witness. Five is purple tie. Wait, no. No, 5 is blue tie. What am I saying? We don't know what shirt he was wearing, though. I noticed that the suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. The suspect who wore the green shirt couldn't listen to anything, though, you know, because of what he wore. Before he was punched, I saw the suspect with the purple tie took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. Suspect who wore the red shirt saw us and mistook him as the killer's accomplice. Okay. Do you also stream on Twitch? No, sadly. Just YouTube. Green shirt is next to red shirt. We know who is red shirt. 2 is red shirt. So this must, yes, this must be 1 or 3. I like this music. The suspect wore the green shirt. His next suspect wore the red shirt. The suspect wore the fedora. Is between the suspect who wore a green shirt and the suspect who wore the wig. I'm guessing 3 was probably wearing the wig because he's the only one that lacks hair. Three is probably wig. Suspect wore the orange tie. This is next to the person he punched at the crime scene. Yeah, that checks out. I don't think I ever saw what the suspect number 4 was wearing. I think it might have fell to the floor before I could. So suspect number 4. 4 is not... Let's see, we have identified... 4 is not... So we have orange shirt identified, right? Yes, that's 3. We have orange tie identified. So 4 is not wig, fedora, or green. So that's all the information we can get from witness 1. Witness 3, again. The victim spilled blood everywhere. It even fell on the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. I noticed that the suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. Before he was punched, I saw how the suspect with the purple tie took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. Yes, so we already have those. Green shirt. Okay, so we know green shirt is between wig and fedora, and we know that wig cannot be 4. So it cannot be... So green cannot be... green shirt cannot be... fuck, where was my train of thought? Cannot be 1, 5. Or 3. We know 2 is red shirt and orange tie. So therefore 4 must be... Wait. But we already... How do we know... Green shirt is next to red shirt? We can't be both wig and green shirt. I don't... Also, we already know 3 is orange shirt and purple tie. Hang on, am I mistaking something? Suspect who wore the fedora is between the suspect... Wait. Oh, I had this mixed around. Green shirt is between... Okay. Fedora. Wig. I had this mixed around. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense. Fedora is between green shirt and wig. So therefore, green is probably 1. One is green shirt. Which means 2 and fedora. 2 wore the fedora. And 3 wore the wig. Okay. Suspect who wore the green shirt is next to the suspect who wore the red shirt. Checks out. The suspect who wore the fedora is between the suspect who wore a green shirt and the suspect who wore the wig. Between 1 and 3. The suspect who wore the orange tie is next to the person he punched at the crime scene. 3 is orange tie. The person he punched... Wait, no. Orange tie is 2. Yeah, 2 and 3 next to each other. I don't think I saw who wore the orange... I saw suspect who wore the orange shirt getting rid of the hatchet. 3 is them. Suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. We don't know who purple shirt is. So we know 1 is green shirt, 2 is red shirt, 3 is orange shirt, 4... Wait, hang on. We don't know who 4 is. 5 is blue tie. So purple shirt is either 5 or 4. Suspect who wore the green shirt. Couldn't listen to anything, though, because of what he wore. I guess because of the wig. I guess that's supposed to be a hint about the wig. Before he was punched, I saw the suspect with the purple tie, took the hatchet from the killer, and threw it away. The suspect who wore the red shirt saw this and mistook him as the killer's accomplice. Wait. Green shirt is also the person with the wig. That's a problem then. Suspect who wore the fedora is between the suspect who wore a green shirt and the suspect who wore the wig. What? Okay, so this isn't about the wig, then. Because the person who... This is explicit that the person who wore the green shirt and the person who wore the wig are different people. So what are you implying here? So fedora, green shirt, and wig are all 3 separate people. So I have no idea what this is implying. Before he was punched. Fell to the floor. Hmm. Four is probably purple shirt. Question mark. But then what is 5? Hmm. I need to look at the hint again. Replicate the killer's appearance with the store's mannequin. So we have to identify which of these is the killer. We can try number 2. There's a red shirt, orange tie, and the fedora. So we already have the fedora. Red shirt, orange tie. Evidently, it didn't work. Orange shirt, purple tie, and then wig. There's also headphones, interestingly. So that's another option. So one of them was wearing headphones. Oh wait, I have to take a photo. I remember. Once I look at the mannequin's appearance, a photo should be enough to prove my point to the police. Okay. So it's not just enough that we dress the mannequin, we also have to photograph it. But it's out of service. I guess we'll have to come back. Oh, but that was a lot to, to try and work out. Wasn't there a vending machine? Yes. You can buy an item from it. It only accepts coins. We have to know the exact amount. Vending machine manual. What else was in my inventory? We bought everything in the arcade, right? Yeah. There's nothing else here. So what to do? どうしよう。Can I walk into this? Is that something I can do? No. Hang on, is there... I just remembered. Color lens exists. Is there something on here I might be missing? No, okay. Is this really all we get for the manual? Vending machine manual. Cannot rename it. Cannot compress it. Understanding it all requires following tracks. You resolve near its limits. You reach the bottom of a trash can filled with morbid contents. Your exploration is rewarded with a barely readable bloodstained note. Are they restock instructions? The vending machine next to it has an instant photograph inside, ready to be sold. You try to get it by shaking the machine. However, this task seems impossible as its price and coordinates are scratched off. A label on the machine reads, "Only coins accepted, exact amounts only." But these coordinates are nowhere to be found in the vending machine. Where could they be? Is this like a base thing? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Vending machine manual. One, two, three, four, five. It's a 5x5 grid. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 10. So this is like, so a grid like this would be twice the size of this grid. So it doesn't really make sense for coordinates. Also, we have to convert somehow. We have to somehow get coordinates from the price. Like somehow the coordinates and the price are the same thing. How does this make any sense? Perhaps each of these letters is just like a digit 1 to 10. So like 11 would be like 1 1. So that would be like $11, I guess. But then like why is it twice the size of this grid for the vending machine? I don't get that. Well, let's try $64. See if that works. Nope. That didn't work. We could try 32. How can I select more of these? No, that didn't work. Really got no clue here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J. I'm allowed to rename these for some reason. You can also compress them for some reason. Oh, hang on. What happens if I do this? Why did that change to $8? Interesting. What happens if I type something like that doesn't change the value. But if I do it in this order, it still doesn't change the value. What about just 5? No. Mountain coins. I feel like because of the fact it lets me rename the files, that has to be part of the solution. What do I rename them? Hang on. Dot in peach. No, that's not what it is. No, it is no MPG. That didn't work. Interesting. If you compress a single coin, it becomes 25 cents. $29.25. So maybe the row is the dollar amount and the column is the cents. So if that were the case, so before I was trying to do $64. What if we do $6.40? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's okay, that's $3. Okay, so I would need, so for $6, 40 cents. We can't get 40 cents though, because we can't get smaller than 25 cents. 0, 25, 50, 75, no. Could renaming it do anything? Rename. What if I just do A? Still $1. Very strange. I do not know what to do about that. We have what looks like photos of a crime scene. This red light indicates it's out of service. Is there any way we can get another camera? Because, I mean, we have this, but, like, I don't think we can pick it up. It's broken anyway. think we can rearrange these, can't we? Are we yeah, we're able to rename these. So that being the case... Gab away, Pizarro. Why does this not go before here? Okay, clearly it's not being rearranged. Also, aquarium should come first. Yeah, this doesn't work. We're not being arranged by file name. Okay. Maybe you can't actually rearrange them, okay. The killer was wearing a blue tie, it looks like. Which one was that? Hi, Sheem. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hello, Gimme Tokyo. I am doing pretty good. Struggling to figure out this puzzle, though. So we know, we can presume it was the one with the blue tie who was the killer. Well, actually no, because 5 was the one that... Let's go back to the case file. The victim spilled blood everywhere. It even fell on the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. Okay, so that doesn't actually rule out that it could be 5. So yeah, I'm presuming 5 might be the killer. But all we know is the killer wore a blue tie. We don't really know what else he wore, so we can't really replicate him. The only available colors are red, orange, green, blue, and purple. We know 1 is the green shirt, 2 is the red shirt, 3 is the orange shirt, 4 is probably purple shirt. So maybe they were also wearing a blue shirt. I feel like they were probably wearing a purple shirt. Because like blue and purple just kind of works. Blue and blue would be kind of weird. But even if we could get their appearance though, the red light on this camera means we can't take the picture. So the question is, how do we get the picture? What was this way again? Stuff happened in this room and then we left. I'm gonna keep color lens open just in case there's like something somewhere that it could help with. I need to keep an eye on the symbols. Look for fire, squiggly line, and that. What do these coordinates mean? This is like barely helpful. Also, what is this triangle supposed to depict? It's some kind of, it feels like some kind of warning. Is it, it's like it's explosive or something? No, it's just the game. Is there like a hint in the chat logs that I'm just missing? How's a hint for the screensaver? Chat logs do not seem very helpful here. There's something on the websites. We already used that. Is it based on the same thing from the point system? How would that work? No, because like what would I7 be in that case? Like Price and coordinates scratched off. What is this image supposed to mean? Go back to floor 1. Wait, no, the arcade was on floor 2. I'm just wondering if it could have something to do with this game. I'm thinking probably not. Oh, now it just kills me. How did I get a higher score before? Whatever. Fuck. Oh, right, okay. Whatever. Okay, so it's not here. What is What are these supposed to represent though? Like these are nonograms, but they're already solved and like they're not part of the solution to this door. So what the fuck are they? Are they just demonstrations of nonograms? Are they a hint of some kind? Also, why was it a nonogram to enter this place? Is that somehow relevant to the mystery? I just have to bash my head at this puzzle. Why is the size of this 1B? What does that even mean? Duplicate. Select all, compress. 8B. Can I not copy a file? Or move a file? I'm curious. Oh, there's a hidden file here. Of course. Okay, let's go back into this room. I forgot about hidden files. I'm stupid. Witness 2. The suspect who wore the red shirt punched the subject wearing the purple tie. Okay, let's go back here. Where was the suspect who wore the red shirt, so number 2, punched the subject wearing the purple tie. Which is 3. So 2 punched 3. Does that line up? Right, yes, that we already suspected that because of this one. So yes, red shirt punched purple tie. Red shirt is number 2. Purple tie is number 3. The suspect that was punched was hit so hard he dropped what he had on his head. We're presuming 3 is wearing the wig. So that would make sense. Why is the security guard on the lineup? He's standing on the lineup's opposite end of the suspect who wore the green shirt. 1 is the green shirt. So 5 is the security guard. And security guard. The suspect who wore the green tie slipped with a wig that was on the floor and fell. Aha, so 4 is green tie. Yes, so 3 had the wig. So 3 was punched, fell down, dropped his wig. And then 4, who was the green tie, slipped on it and fell, which is why suspect number 1 did not see what 4 was wearing. So 1 is green shirt, 2 is red shirt, an orange tie and fedora, 3 is orange shirt and purple tie and wig, 4 is green tie, 5 is blue tie and the security guard. Sort by name. Oh, that's how I could have done that. Sort by name, and then I can see. I could rearrange the photos in my room that way. Okay, so we're missing purple shirt. Who is purple shirt? Notice that the suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. The suspect who wore the... So someone was yelling. Keep that in mind. The suspect who wore the red shirt punched the subject wearing the purple tie. Also, the person in the green shirt wore headphones. And headphones. Suspect wore the green shirt, as the subject wore the red shirt. Subject wore the fedora, as between the subject wore the green shirt and the suspect wore the wig. Suspect who wore the orange tie is next to the person he punched at the crime scene. I don't think I ever saw what this before war. I saw the suspect wore the orange shirt getting rid of the hatchet. The suspect wore the red shirt, punched the suspect wearing the purple tie. Suspect that was punched was hit so hard he dropped what he had on his head. Standing in the lineup's opposite end of the suspect who wore the green shirt. The suspect who wore the green tie slipped with a wig that was on the floor and fell. One is next to two. Two is between 1 and 3. Orange tie. Two is next to 3. Saw the suspect with the orange shirt getting rid of the hatchet. Saw 3 getting rid of the hatchet. Suspect with a red shirt. 2 punched 3. Suspect that was punched was hit so hard he dropped what he had on his head. Why is the security guard in the lineup? He's standing on the opposite end of the 5 is the security guard. Suspect who wore the green tie 4 slipped with a wig that was on the floor and fell. Four slipped with a wig that was on the floor and fell. The victim spilled blood everywhere. It even fell in the face of the suspect who wore the blue tie. Blue tie is 5. The suspect who wore the purple shirt was yelling to the suspect wearing the green shirt to stay away from the killer. We don't know who purple shirt is. They're an unknown. Was yelling to 1. Suspect who wore the green shirt couldn't listen to anything though because of what he wore. Because 1 has the headphones. Before he was punched, I saw how the suspect with the purple tie 3 took the badge from the killer and threw it away. The suspect who wore the red shirt saw us, mistook him as the killer's accomplice. There's no other references to yelling that I can see. We could try using process of elimination. Purple tie is either 4 or 5. I mean, purple shirt is either 4 or 5. But let's talk, what about the killer? So, killer is not 3, because 3 took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. They're also not 2, because 2 mistook 3 for the killer's accomplice. Suspected wore the green shirt. One is not the killer. Purple shirt is not the killer. Suspect wore the red shirt, punched the subject wearing the purple tie. Okay, so the killer is either 4 or 5. We've narrowed that down. Can we narrow it down further, is what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, 5 is the security guard, but, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not the killer. So 2 thought that 3 was the killer's accomplice. Okay, so 3 took the hatchet from the killer and threw it away. Then 2 thought 3 was the killer's accomplice and punched him. He fell, his wig fell to the ground, and then 4 tripped on the wig. I'm going to say it was probably 4. And probably purple shirt. 4 is green tie and probably the killer. That's my assumption. But again, we can't really do much about this. Because 4... all we know about 4 is they wore a green tie. What color shirt were they wearing? Okay, so they weren't wearing a green shirt. They weren't the red shirt. They weren't orange. They weren't blue. Wait, no, that's the tie. No green. No red. No orange. And no purple. So probably blue. Blue and green. Because no one was described with a blue shirt. But again, no photo. So this is useless. This green tie and blue shirt and probably the killer. Okay, I'm gonna try something real quick. So if we go to our room, instant photos, sort by size, sort by type. Let's try this. AB. Oh, that was the wrong photo. Actually, hang on. I'm just going to rename them beforehand. Okay, now this needs to become B, and then E. There we go. So that these are correct. Actually, no, we need to slide all of these over. Because this needs to be B. Now everything's out of whack. the top left photo needs to be what? Let's rename this to G. Can I duplicate an image? No. So I can't add placeholder images. I don't think it makes any sense to rearrange these until we have these last two, actually. Well, I mean, we can kind of do it. Well, no, actually. We need all the images before we can rearrange them properly, I believe. If I can just figure this out, why is this like this? How is this a hint? Vending machine manual. I can't rename it. Can't compress it. Can't move files, which is interesting. Color lens. This isn't one of the images, is it? No. Yahoo, hello, Normal Hoshi. I am struggling with this puzzle right now. Current change 31. Can I click on anything here? It doesn't seem like it. Where did my inventory go? How long has this been going? It's rare stream. It's rare stream is still up and I'm awake. Only been about 2 hours. Most of it has been on this puzzle. What am I doing wrong? $0.50. I can't compress it when it's already compressed. Okay. Kanyatte ne. Thank you. $1. Like the only hint we really have is this, but like, what does this mean? It's a 10 by 10 grid, but this is a 5 by 5 grid. What did they mean by this? This is burnt. Interesting how I can't, like... What's the maximum I can select at once? Okay, I can do that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. You're $14.50. $58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't have the slightest idea what to do at this point. His coordinates are nowhere to be found on the vending machine. Where could they be? Indeed, where could they be? Is it related to these nanograms? Perhaps? Because these are 5x5 grids. What would that tell me? No. How long do you plan to keep stream going? I have no idea. It's a Friday night, so I don't have to worry about going to work tomorrow. I might give up on this at some point. We'll see. Okay, I want to try something. So 111. Oh god, this will take a while. How many do we even have? $19.5. Actually, nah. This probably isn't going to work. Okay, that's a 111. Two more. Then take these two, compress them. No. Man, this is so frustrating. What's weird is that this vending machine, if you actually look at the image of it, it's missing one of the characters. Like there's 10 letters, but it only fits the first 9. I guess this is probably supposed to be I, but then J is nowhere to be found on here. And then same with the numbers. 10 is listed here, but it only goes up to 9. So then what is this grid supposed to mean? Did that receipt thing with the coordinates use J and 10? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Did you mean like these things on the walls? Because no. I remember like a trash can with vending slot numbers. Oh, you mean this thing. Yeah, this is another hint. Attention employee, please restock the following snacks: Pizza Sirs B4, Cherry Booms I7, Puffins G3, Lulagoose C8, Napoleon's J5. But these coordinates are nowhere to be found on the vending machine. Where could they be? That's all it tells me. It's very vague. See, like these Napoleons have coordinates J5. There's no J button on the machine. So that doesn't... I'm going insane. I don't even know this game name. Well, good luck. Is there something with the screensavers, maybe? Is there a screensaver that might be relevant to this? Does not look like it. I'm at just a complete loss. You're supposed to enter a specific amount of money, but like, how does that relate to these coordinates? And like, how does these coordinates even relate to anything? I don't get it. It has something to do with being able to do that, and also for some reason we're able to rename these. Is there another file format that might be useful? Nope, there's NPG, but that's not going to work. STP. Don't see anything else that might be a hint in this room. That didn't do anything. What good does this do me? I can have sense in increments of 25. But how does that help? Is there anything else I can do besides this puzzle and this? Because, like, this I can't finish yet because we need to find a camera. Or at least get the photo, complete the photo in our room or something, perhaps. We can't do that, I believe. So we're just kind of stuck on that one. We already did everything in this room. Can't go that way. We did what we need to do here. Wait. Were there... Can I... Oh. I guess that doesn't do anything. Never mind. Thought maybe there was a secret with the elevator. Wait. This hand in the jar is identical to the hand in the trash can. And we're just... it's just below a Ouija board. Okay... What do we do about this? What were the coordinates? Hang on. I need to write down what the coordinates were in that message. Because it might spell out something on the Ouija board. Other way. Notes. Where is the B4, I7, G3, C8, J5? Wait, no, why would it spell out a message on the Ouija board? Also, why is it... Hello? Why is this still capturing my input? But either way, I feel like this Ouija board is something. Why would there be an identical hand here if this wasn't a hint? G3, C8. I got nothing for that. did everything in here. Let me take another look at something. Yeah, this is the exact same hand. But why? Like, the Ouija board must be related. None of this makes any sense. I'm just going around in circles. I don't know, man. Is there anything in their rooms that might be a hint to anything? Whoop. There's nothing interactable in their rooms. Except them, but we've already seen their conversations. Once if we go back out this door, where does this go? Oh, brings us back to this room. Is there another code? Like another series of directions for this? Because we know 2. There was the Kajami code, and then there was the one on the website. I should enter that one into here just to be safe. Maze code. East, south, east, north, east, south. I definitely had that in there at some point. Why did my notes get deleted? Did I not save it last time? That might have been it. Was there another code, though? Something involving directions? Not that I recall. So what is up with this store? I can't go in there. There doesn't seem to be any point to this that I can see. What about if I do that? I don't know if that is for anything other than just having fun. It's very ambiguous. Yeah, that was just to reveal the door in there. I don't still have the 8-ball anywhere, do I? I think it got rid of that when I finished the puzzle for it. Man. It's so disappointing that I can't make any progress on this. These coordinates are nowhere to be found on the vending machine. Where could they be? Did any of these pages have anything resembling something with coordinates? At this point, I'm almost tempted to just brute force the solution. Like, I feel like that would be faster at this point. Assuming it can be brute forced. There's not some trick to it. This is going to take a while. Whoop. Ah. Okay. Never mind. We brute forced it. It was 375. Cool. Why was it 375? Why? Okay. We didn't solve it, but we solved it. Oh. Why are we moving like this? Okay. I should have tried that hours ago, apparently. Wait, what happened to the... Didn't we get a new photo? Hello? Game? Why is it back in there? Did it not register? Can't use that image as managing inventory. Okay, I guess it just didn't register. Two, 1, 2, 0. Yeah, I already solved that the thing. Okay, let's go back here. So we're just missing one photograph. My God, that was terrible. Two, 1, 2, 0. Two, 1, 2, 0. I mean, yeah, that would be for the key that we already solved. Okay. So the only thing left to do is solve the case of the murderer, but like we can't do that because we don't have the camera. So like case file. My 3 witnesses saw it all happen. They each testified while looking at the 5 suspects lined up as the corkboard shows. They all referenced how they looked at the time of the crime, but it's hard to understand what they say about which suspect. I only know for sure that they are all telling the truth. I made a grid to identify each of the suspects' shirt, tie, and accessory worn at the crime scene. Once I replicate the killer's appearance with the store's mannequin, a photo should be enough to prove my point to the police. We can't make a photo. Suspect grid.image. Is it supposed to just like take the photo automatically if we get it right? Is that all? Is that how it's just gonna work, or what? Because we believe 4 is probably the killer. Oh. Cool. Okay, we were just supposed to guess that the killer wore glasses. Okay. Some of these puzzles, man, I just... just do... that, like... Ah, man, whatever. I take issues with some of these puzzles. Sup, femur. Joey, you there? I'm freaking out right now. Please respond. I'm here, Maxine. What happened? I think I hit my dad. I don't know. It all happened so fast. I wasn't thinking straight, and he just kept staring. I'm scared. Did he hit you? No, Joe, he didn't. I just sort of pushed him. But I can't stand this anymore. I can't stop crying, and I haven't talked with Mom or Hal in a long time. I don't know what to do. Maxine, you have to get the fuck out of that house. I'm buying that plane ticket for you. No, Joe, it's not about that. Please, I just want to vent. Give me your full name so I can buy the ticket. Do not. Oh, no. You said you weren't going to bring that up again. You are not going to save me from my home or whatever. Please, I'm not leaving my parents. Maxine, I don't understand you. You are clearly suffering and won't accept any help. Do you like being abused or something? What the fuck are you saying? I'm guessing it's your age or something, but it's this whole playing the victim. But this whole playing the victim is really tiring. You'll understand it one day, but it's really immature. Immature? Dude, you of all people are calling me immature? Why don't you just shut up already? It's time for you to hear what you don't want to. Like the fact that your art actually kind of sucks, and I've just been really nice to you so you don't hate yourself. Damn. Fuck you. Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you? That won't change anything. Keep turning a deaf ear forever. I'm sure it will work out. You have blocked Femur from Nextrooms. They won't be able to see your profile or online status. To report this user, fill a report submission on nextrooms.com/support/report user. Well, at least she didn't go with him. Thank God. But then where did she go? Did he come and kidnap her? Anyways, we can arrange this now. Okay. How should this go? I believe this one should be in the center. A, B, C, D, E. Then this should be... Wait, yeah, this should be D. E, F, G. This should be G. We'll just put some random name for that. This should be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I. Well, this should be I. This should just be. Wait, no, this should be G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Actually, no, it should be H. What should be F? I think this should be F. There we go. The order seems to paint a horrific crime scene, but details remain unclear. Take a closer look. That's her dad. Oh. Restoring conversation with Hatana Hatana Hatana. Oh. Hello, Maxine Sounder. Hello. Congratulations on beating DE's puzzles. Thanks. What was that at the end? You need to learn the truth. Truth? My dad is not a murderer. Your father designed this game to help its players. Dad made this? Who am I talking to? In some sense, you're talking with the computer. Your friends, your family, even yourself, technically. How is that possible? Every conversation, every word, every drawing, every click, you constantly leave endless records. Records only a computer could possibly process. How long has this been happening? Since you created your profile, Maximus. Then Dad gave me this computer to spy on me. Think of it as a mirror. The computer doesn't know you, it is a reflection of you. I'm just helping you clear the picture. It is a look into the subconscious. This is bullshit, you know? Endless records? Let the records show this is bullshit. Please understand that Desktop Explorer's purpose is to help its user. You keep saying this is supposed to help me. It's not. Give me a reason not to turn this off right now. Emmett Sounder believes that trauma exposure is the only path to greatness. Okay, so Dad is trying to scare me straight. Desktop Explorer's methods differ from your father's. Please answer the following question. Maxine Sounder, what makes you, you? My feelings? You are a collection of thoughts and emotions, yes. But an individual's passions are what truly define them, their dreams. That sounds about right. So, what is the problem then? Through that fact, Emmett Sounder is trying to erase Maxine Sounder. That is the reason why he created Desktop Explorer. To change you. You are not your father, nor will ever be. He will never understand that. Your pure self can never coexist with your father. He can try to change me all he wants. We've been through this. This is not sustainable. In time, something or someone will break. After your essence has disappeared completely, what reason will Maxine Sounder have to live? As years go by, you'll abandon your artistic pursuits. You'll drown your dreams to please your family. You'll suppress your hatred until your body gives out. What other choice do I have? Disappear. Maxine Sounder can avoid change by being removed from her context. This is the only way to preserve her image, her true self. On the contrary, every single person involved will suffer greatly. I don't understand how every single person will suffer. Why did your mother seek comfort elsewhere? Are you and your father not enough? Why is your father angry all the time? Why does your father yell at you? Is it you that is not enough, nor will ever be? Have you ever thought about life without Maxine Sounder? Why don't you just shut up already? I just want to help you. Maxine Sounder, you know what to do. It's not my fault. I hate you. I hate... Everything presented to you is evidenced by your computer's behavior. You're being very brave. Go ahead, then. I fell asleep. Well, I solved the puzzle by brute force. I did not actually solve the puzzle. Oh, we progressed. Goodbye, Maxine Sounder. Escape.folder. Yay. I did not earn this, but we're here, so... You've always known you were running away from something, always denying the torment you felt, or what it took from you. You don't need to look around anymore. You are sure that no one is around to help. No matter how many buildings surround you, there was no place on Earth you could use as shelter. But that is all right, since you won't need anything or anyone anymore. True strength comes from within. When life overwhelms you with possibilities, your resolve will guide you towards the right decision. Alone, but brave until the very end. The end. Well, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Next Rooms is completely filled with Desktop Explorer's puzzles, and nobody else sees them or knows about them. They act as if I'm crazy. I know this is all referencing stuff from my life, and it's basically speaking directly to me. I'm not stupid. What is it trying to tell me? It seems I'm close to beating it, if this thing even has an end. The only one who might try it is Joe, but I don't want to meet in person to do so. It doesn't feel right. I don't know who to talk to. Maxine was pushed to her limit. Not only did she speak directly with Desktop Explorer, but was asked to think about life without her. Even the final storyteller file hints for Max to do something I don't even want to write about. In the end, I suspect Max shut off everyone from her life. The only person close enough to help her was her father, and turns out he's the one responsible for all this in the first place? It is too cruel. Even so, this means that if Desktop Explorer was made in this computer, then user admin equals Emmett, Maxine's father. If Maxine disappeared following Desktop Explorer's advice, then perhaps Desktop Explorer might be storing a clue to Max's whereabouts in its data. Or maybe things took a turn for the worst and Uncle Hal was looking for someone who isn't with us anymore. I refuse to think so. Whatever the case, I'm determined to get to the bottom of this. Next OS, user admin access override detected. Action taken. User password permanently removed. I restored user admin access. Security warning. User access is now unprotected. Type exit to quit. Exit. So if we log out... Oh! Who are you? No one should have access to this profile, yet I feel compelled to write this for someone to find. It would not be the first time this computer acts against my wishes. What you find here is not something to be proud of. I did my best to contain it, as it would not be destroyed even by its creator. I consider it my life's work. What a pathetic legacy. I have no idea who you are. Still, you must know this. All you will find here are my mistakes. Okay. Waste bin. Encrypt instructions.image. Huh. That will be useful, probably. Psychostimuli.npg. Theory of psychoevaluation. Enhancement of self-perception through psychostimuli. Humanity has reached a state of comfort and well-being due to its advancements in technology and medical research. There is still the neglect of emotional impact and error that plague human nature. Humanity is no longer threatened by terrorism, sickness, and plague, curable through common medicine antibiotics. The viruses that compromise the integrity of society are similar to digital ones. Trojan horses, lies, and deception veiled in selfish desires, cowardice, and emotion. Humanity is being constantly bombarded, pushed to the limits of their psyche due to the lack of understanding of the subconscious influence on all actions. Similar to Darwin's survival of the fittest, when muscles are torn and bones are broken, the human body is designed to rebuild itself stronger than before or perish trying. The only way humanity may escape the prison of their mind is through overcoming trauma by force, achieved through computerized behavioral analysis. Think of it as a mirror. The computer doesn't know you. It is a reflection of you. I'm just helping you clear the picture. It is a look into the subconscious. Okay, what else is on here? Shame. Oh. Access to this is prohibited. If you're reading this, give up. The password to this folder is not within my files. I made sure that the contents are inaccessible. Chronolog entry file corrupted. Unable to restore. Exception from Chrono. Input this file's password. Do not have that. Memories together.image. Oh. Color lens. Red. Nothing. Blue. Nothing. Yellow. Nothing. Why does she have that necklace then? Hidden files. Downloads. danalysis.nsh. Desktop Explorer analysis tool is locked. Input password to enable shell script. Darn. We don't have that. NOS terminal. Web Surfer 2. Oh, dweebnation.com/your answers. No such thing as a stupid question. How to get location from Nextroom's account? Wondering if there's a way to get IP address or location estimate from Nextroom's account. It might be a security risk, so I'm curious. Please abstain from privacy breaching questions. Reporting to moderation team. Contact Nextroom support if concern comes from good heart. Fortunately, it is impossible to get IP addresses from the Nextroom client. To get that data, you'd have to breach the server-side infrastructure of Nextrooms. Restoring a corrupted Chronolog file. I stopped the disk formatting process and now Chronolog is empty. I still see entries in my desktop, but they are corrupted. Is there a way to recover them? NextOS does not support any Chronolog data restoring measures. Implemented one from scratch. Send requests to esounder@cmail.com for further help. Okay. Before we get to that, what is this? The Panopticon Journal. Spiralsoft under fire after whistleblower press conference. Links to a cult. Computer software mega corporation Spiralsoft has been under intense public scrutiny after former lead engineer Daniel Agzamov held a press conference leading up to his trial. Spiralsoft sued Agzamov due to his online claims on the company's core values and its similarities with cult-like behaviors among employees. There have been multiple instances of complete projects being halted or scrapped as they interfere with what directors called Church of Synchronicity, said Agzamov on stage. I no longer feel comfortable disclosing these matters publicly and will wait patiently for the trial. Agzamov's vague descriptions and fear of disclosure after terminating work on Spiralsoft has sparked curiosity on the online community, leading many to believe the Church of Synchronicity is a cult of some sort. The D. Agzamov vs. Spiralsoft trial is scheduled to begin 07/05/1997. Okay. The Fiddler. Is there anything on here? Guess not. Aha, so these are clickable. Noted. Thank you, Mr. Sounder. From eSounder, Chronolog, issue 91. Sorting entries by date setting not working properly. Status solved. Requesting issue ticket status change. Sorting entries by date setting not working properly. Storyteller bug report 24. Operating system crashes after stacking style tags. Example to replicate bug. Aha. That will come in handy, probably. Chronolog feature request. Enable command line access to restore corrupted .res files. Proposed command. Chrono restore. Usage. Enter file path of corrupted entry. Example documents.test/res. Mr. Sounder, this is out of scope and completely unnecessary. Could you please focus on features that actually make sense for an average user? Okay. So he implemented this himself. So, for example, available commands. Can we CD into here? CD shame. No, CD is not. That does not work in here. Hang on, properties. Do we just type that in? chrono restore shame slash 03 18 1997. Please enter the file path for the entry to restore. Okay. Did not work. What about desktop.shame? Chrono restore desktop slash shame slash 03 18 1997. File path is invalid. Should follow format folder file name .res. Oh. I see. I forgot the res. Chrono restore desktop slash shame slash 03 18 1997 .res. Okay. File path is invalid. Chrono restore shame 03 18 1987.res. Why does that not work? Oh, I mistyped it also. Chrono restore. It's funny that it didn't tell me that this was a that this was misspelled. That's funny. Chrono restore memories slash 1209 1995.res. I don't get it. Evidently doesn't work. Okay. Well, in any case, I think I'm gonna stop it here for today. I am hungry and I'm exhausted from spending so long on those puzzles. Yeah, I think this is enough for today. I will hopefully finish this sometime next week. But yeah, if you stuck around through all of that, thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.